Welcome to today's Blueprint News. It's October 12th, 2025, and the New York City mayoral race is now entering its most explosive phase yet. Fresh polling averages from Race to the WH just dropped, and they reveal a fascinating story about power, progress, and shifting loyalties across the 5 boroughs. The numbers tell us one thing loud and clear. Zohran Mamdani's progressive wave is still rolling strong, but his rivals are far from giving up. We begin in the Bronx, a traditional Democratic stronghold and a test of urban momentum. Here, Zohran Mamdani leads decisively with 48.4%, building a nearly 14-point edge over Andrew Cuomo, who stands at 34.9%. Sliwa manages 12.2%, showing limited reach among working-class voters in the borough. It's a clear signal that Mamdani's message, focused on affordability, housing, and progressive reform, is connecting deeply with Bronx residents. Moving over to Brooklyn, the energy stays with Mamdani. He commands 44.1%, while Cuomo sits at 32.9% and Sliwa picks up 16.5%. This is no small feat. Brooklyn has long been a battleground of contrasting political cultures. From Park Slope to Bed-Stuy, Mamdani's base of young voters, tenants, and community activists has turned into a political engine. Brooklyn is becoming the heart of the progressive resurgence. Now to Manhattan, where Mamdani's lead stretches to its widest. He soars to 50.6%, crossing the symbolic 50% threshold, while Cuomo trails at 31.2% and Sliwa remains in single digits at 9.9%. This is a statement. Manhattan, the city's political and financial core, is leaning decisively toward the progressive movement. Cuomo's establishment edge is slipping, while Mamdani's grassroots campaign continues to capture the city's imagination. But in Queens, the contest gets closer and more complex. Here, Mamdani holds 40.4%. Cuomo narrows the gap at 30.7%, and Sliwa rises to 20.2%. His best showing yet. This tells us something crucial. Outer borough voters are still listening, still undecided, and the race here could tilt the overall balance. It's also Mamdani's home turf, so expect heavy campaigning in the weeks ahead to lock in his lead. And then we have Staten Island, the borough that refuses to follow the city's script. Here, Andrew Cuomo finally takes the lead with 38.8%. Sliwa trails just behind at 35%, and Zohran Mamdani slips to 21.6%. This island has always been a Republican-leaning base, and Cuomo's moderate tone gives him the edge. It's the one corner of New York where Mamdani's progressive brand hasn't yet broken through. So what's the overall picture? Across New York City, Zohran Mamdani remains the clear frontrunner, commanding support across 4 of the 5 boroughs. Andrew Cuomo holds on to Staten Island and some older Democratic voters, but his citywide appeal is shrinking. Meanwhile, Sliwa continues to perform better than expected, especially in Queens and Staten Island, positioning himself as the Republican voice in a heavily Democratic race. With just weeks to go before major campaign events, the map of New York is being redrawn before our eyes. From the Bronx to Brooklyn, from Queens to Manhattan, the city's political DNA is evolving. This is more than a race. It's a reflection of where New Yorkers see their future. Progressive energy, establishment resilience, and outsider persistence, all colliding in one of America's most watched elections.